Remember, by the way,
I did take a nap. Let's get a chat. First game of NA Team Liquid Citadel.
He gets the play here, especially on Celestial Husk. It's going to be fun to watch. We're also going to be able to help him out. Mask too. By the way, Mask on the White Fox, while Zaytex is going to be on the Ultron with this triple.
Where's the other E?
Kendrick.
Mia.
Trying to
I'm
find
pretty sure it says E and then
Here
Mia.
we go. 1, 2, 3.
M-E-A is Mia.
And they try to find him, and he's like, wait, where did he go? But it's Cyclops, so he can immediately zoom away outside of the action. But at least with the we lost, their game plan is to remain on the high ground.
I was also going to say, very excited to see Kendrick on the Doctor Strange, even if it was just for the initial play here. We know what Kendrick can do. A scary player to be on the Strange. It's going to be Zaytex who opens up. Xantho also goes down. So we're going to get a trade for trade here in the opening fight.
Remember, leaving Polycap is scary, but it's even better when you try to find some of these picks, but the number advantage is still in favor for TLC until right now. Between Luca and Kendrick,
YWL taking the first point.
Yeah, we lost. Are looking to clear this point. Jitward, the blind lifeguard now, finding the portal on the other side before backing away.
Oh, what a great, wow, what a great teleporter.
Healing him up while Kendrick finds energy.
What a great teleporter. The teleporter was right on him. He went right through the teleporter. Jay, you saw that?
And remember, both teams have already used up the portal so early on within this first round.
Yeah, really smart instant portal from TLC, because if they do win this fight, they are guaranteed to put a good amount of points on the board and get that percentage. But there are going to be KOs being traded back and forth.
Ooh!
And
Team Liquid Citadel ported back, and they're still getting... Ooh, chat! We might have a game, bro. We might have a game.
And he's making it count.
And they are shining. Mask getting the double real quick, by the way, in our first White Fox Protect, too, that we get to see in the Americas region. And being able to flip the point first, setting it up for success to at least get that advantage before you see Luca getting so aggressive alongside Kendrick here.
So TLC, they use the portal, they try and stop the early time going in favor of We Lost, but now they have to just try and rebuild normally. But We Lost are right down and dirty, getting in their face yet again. 4 go down for TLC,
bro.
And they have to run all the way back to spawn if they want to
Team
survive.
Liquid Citadel. Wait, look at Luca.
Line, baby. Let's get
Wait, what's wrong with Luca? Did he freeze his camera?
Changed their name to We Won.
Did he freeze his camera?
They took down Nero. No Kumiho Unleash instead. It's Unleash inside the spawn room gates because no one's there to really help him out. But with Polly having the freedom charge, trying to get something started, I have nothing.
Oh, what a freeze.
You get shish kebab, and now you follow up with We Lost trying to sustain Kendrick. Zaytex is right there after the Kumiho Unleash from their own team is done. But the extermination as Matt still stays alive for quite some time. Jitward following up. Energy has not been able to play the game. This forces out the invisible boundary now from the other side of Santos, just so that way they maintain this aggression on this choke.
This is the kind of energy we wanted going into this game as
There's
well.
no
Remember,
way,
TLC
bro.
Very good at adjusting
Look at his face
and
cam.
adapting to what they're going up against. But at the moment, they cannot find an answer. Even though Cooper was able to get the freeze, get the fate of both worlds down, We Lost still able to sustain and still able to win out, getting that first pick. And now they are constantly holding this high line here, keeping TLC by sport.
It's no longer the Coke, it's gonna be the Look instead because Luca is on this hook and he is putting on a performance. No back cap allowed. I love the attention that We Lost has been able to split this focus.
Bro, Team Liquid Citadel is the best in NA in my opinion. To see them struggling like this is very rare.
Another Ayavagomoto after he was frozen in between it. It's gonna go crazy here and Luca has all the stop potential coming up on this World Breaker.
Damn, the jumps, the target, switching. Damn.
I'm feeling as we go into overtime. TLC down to just 4 players, and We Lost are bullying them off the point. Someone's got to jump in quickly to try and contest, otherwise we are going to be going round 1 in favor of We Lost. There finally is the jump in from Speedery.
Oh my God, Yamamoto fights
oh my God, he got 2 supports with that bust.
The next round, no portal, and again, you go down energy
0.
We lost with an opening statement on this first round.
100-0, bro. Oh my.
Luca's camera still froze. It's the perfect reaction, though. That's how everyone is feeling right now. What have we just seen from We Lost? They take the first round off TLC. And TLC didn't even get a touch onto the point in the end. Not even an inkling of a percentage going their way.
That's crazy.
Look at those stats. TLC, the team who has not lost a map leading up to this point, and now finding themselves 1 round down.
Dude,
they just got absolutely dominated by We Lost.
Dude.
Listen.
Dude.
They were able to push
Is their support player with 8 kills?
A little bit to the distance. I say a little bit with a grain of salt.
Their support player has more finals.
We Lost just played yesterday.
They have as much finals as the other team
Palm to the
entire
forehead,
team.
man, is my exact reaction after seeing those first back-to-back 2 fights, and then that was it. Now you have to go into this next round, though, seeing as they wanted to look to have that portal ready from Kendrick, if that's how they want to
Why
try
do
to contest them. They do
casters
actually,
call
jump
ults
right
by
on top
their
of the high
government
ground. I
name?
love this. The fact that you have the
Because
portal
it
just
shows
in time after using
professionalism.
it from the very beginning means that TLC should also have theirs. Nero opens up with the Kumio Unleash, and Speedery follows up with the Galactic
Also,
Legend.
it's their
Lucas
job.
says enough is enough. You have the extermination, but still the number advantage is now in favor for TLC. The way they were able to rotate now with Nero having that Kumio Unleash didn't last for very long, but Dantos had gone down a little earlier, so they would not have the invisible boundary. While Jitward now finding Cooper, trying to even out the stakes. No strategist left now for TLC.
Like,
And
imagine
nobody
you
rather
going
than
to
TLC
work every day,
have been able to claim
and
the
your
point,
work doesn't
but
call you
not
by
for
your
very
name. Instead,
long
they
with
call
the
you
extra
like
credit
bald
here
man or
10%.
something. I don't think you're
It's
gonna want to
just
work
Jitward's
there.
world, and we are all
They're gonna be like, yo, show me respect.
TLC are able to stabilize and take a little bit of control here off of the spawn. Holly doing very well to keep a lot of those players back from being able to do any real damage. The Hulk versus Hulk is excellent to watch, especially when played at a high level.
It was crazy there. The fact that they were not able to get off the point right here, too. Santos at least stays alive after trying to get juggled. Looking like he was at the circus right now. The invisible boundary keeping them alive, but it's going to be matched that with Cooper and the dance-off with the fate of both worlds. Currently, TLC finding 3 back-to-back. No strategist left for We Lost as the priority picks do come through, and they maintain their advantage nearing now 40%.
And I was going to say, let's not get ahead of ourselves after the first round because we know how good TLC are at coming back, reacting and adapting to their opposition, and they finally have found a way to be able to break through initially, and they're already up to 50% here. Now they can do exactly what We Lost did to them in the previous, hold a high line here, kind of bully them
Chat,
a
I
little
wasn't talking
bit,
about myself when I
utilize these
said
ults they
bald.
have available.
I'm not
You are
bald.
going to see Feast of Abyss is going to be available for Vespa first.
I don't know why you guys are saying I'm sorry, Jay.
All the swaps
That's
that
not
we're
me.
currently seeing from TLC, right? We did see Paulie at the very end of that first round also roll out on the Hulk energy now, making changes too. I have Okamoto though. It finds 3, and it finds 2 KOs while he was at it. Luca with a beautiful follow-up off of that stun from Kendrick. While Zatex just gets stunned temporarily though. TLC are down in numbers, and We Lost are looking to flip the point back in their favor.
Man, did I see some like ranked tier lists that had Doctor Strange down in like D, C?
Huh?
If it's Kendrick, it's up there in S. Kendrick always makes it look so easy.
We all know
Every
whose tier
Ayahuasca
list they're
Moto
talking about,
always
chat.
slaps unless he gets frozen. But that is going to be a great break here from We Lost, and now let the devil out again for Jitwood, but he gets shut down immediately.
Oh my goodness, and a huge Feast of the Abyss, and then you add the freeze on top as a cherry to take away from We Lost. The Galactic Legend too, putting in all the extra pressure. They put 1 toe on the point, only got 22%, and a big stagger onto Luca, unfortunately. They even freeze him at the very end. But this is great for TLC because now dwindling away the time that We Lost had, I don't believe they even had that portal because they opened it up from the very beginning. There really hasn't been enough time for them.
No, they're going to have to try and just force this one in naturally. Someone has to be brave and jump onto the point just to keep this one ticking into overtime, which they do manage to get there. Thankfully, the Hulk is there going to be on both sides now to have a little bit of a brawl as Zatex starts to get aggressive into the middle as well.
Oh
At least you have the
no.
World Breaker activated here.
Oh, he
Keep
got
the
2.
stall
He
going,
got
but the
2.
Clark
Wow,
from
yeah, he did get
Zatex
2. 2
is
supports,
feasting
mind
like
you.
Thanksgiving came early. Energy said, I want none
Oh,
of that
keep him
business
off,
with the
keep
World
him off.
Breaker with
No, you
overtime
should have
taken
kept
away.
sending him.
They want to make sure that this stall cannot
Okay, he's
come
still
out
C9
as
anyways.
TLC
I was about to say, you
pushes
should have
to
kept them
round
running
number 3.
away, bro. Force the
Insane. The
C9. But
difference
hey,
from
they ended
round
up still
1
doing it.
to round 2. How
He brought him back to the
one-sided it
point for
was.
some reason, but hey,
Oh,
we have
yeah,
ourselves a
lost in
game,
the
chat.
first,
We
and
have
then
ourselves a
TLC
game.
completely flipped the script. And also, that's what I kind of love about domination, Vicky, because
We
it's
have
a different part of the
ourselves
map each
a
time,
game.
right? It's a different chance to demonstrate what you can do with what you have available for you as well, in terms of elevation, in terms of the objects that are around that you can use, and some of those choke points that you can
Unscented.
hold and dominate your opponent at the same time.
Unscented Sanctuary.
I mean,
Bridge match in 2
TLC,
months. How
they
you
show
doing?
again why they are such an impressive team with how they answer back against We Lost here. We have to see whether some changes are being considered, because it does look like on the side of We Lost, there is some hovers at the moment just to see if they want to switch things up. Kendrick going back over to that Doctor Strange after the initial switch.
And I do like the adjustments from TLC just alone. Looking at the composition that We Lost rolled out with, you have the Elsa. Why don't we see the Cyclops? Because when you have that Glartrox, you get Luca off the point there like we saw at the very end of round 2, especially when he's trying to stall for as long as possible with World Breaker. You want to have the ult advantage in a lot of these starting fights going into that next round. And currently, with the fact that Luca had used the World Breaker at the very
Australia,
end, Paulie
Egypt
still
going
has
into
the
penalties.
opportunity
We
to
don't
keep
care
this
about
stall
sports ball
going
here, bro.
just to allow Cooper and Nero to boost up those strategist ults.
We care about the real sports,
Best one looking to
esports.
see if he can just Create a little bit of space for the rest of the squad at the moment, but it's Polly in the end who takes down Zaytex, and now with Ultron being removed, yeah, we lost. They're going to be a little bit lost indeed.
Oh my god, when he's ulting and he gets stunned, it jiggles.
Keep him fight here as YWL had that advantage. It's going to be the dance off though from Cooper to match the opportunity from the other side. And while they dance off, Bez is frozen at the hands of Santos, but they've lost out on Kendrick early, and Santo is the next to fall. Number advantage once again in favor for TLC. Before energy does go out, you let the devil out, you find that one pick, but again, you do not have your strategist now that Zaytex goes down to keep this fight going.
Listen,
TLC
YWL is still doing really well, but Team Liquid Citadel, after winning, losing that first round, they just
forgot what it was like playing without Gambit temporarily.
I don't know, something awakened in them.
Plus White Fox, and boy, is it working.
No, Hulk gets CC'd still in his ult.
Third rounds. Vest was close to a freedom charge at the moment. Speedery has Galactic Legend to utilize as well in this next engagement, so there is a lot of options here for TLC.
The Eye of Agamotto here that, YWL at least have, and with Speedery now going in with a Galactic Legend, he goes all the way up, skyrocketing. He's literally so low, 61. They nail him down at the hands of Zaytex, and assembling the troops to keep this fight in is going to be Bez with a freedom charge. Cooper has been going crazy here as Zaytex takes a different off angle, finding the markings here. We were just talking about the buffs to Elsa alone with Polly and Bez.
Team Liquid, Team Liquid Citadel's like synergy is showing here, man.
They keep their feet planted as they near 50%.
I was just going to praise the Kendrick play as well on the Strange to make sure you try and deny that Galactic Legend as much as possible. But there was so much distraction going towards Star-Lord that the rest of TLC were able to pick off some of that back line.
No, Guru and Gale TSN is the last match of the day, chat.
Running out of time, 62% in favor of TLC. And we will see Fate of Both Worlds get popped by Cooper here to protect after Glavtrox came out.
And Polly to follow up the fight, Santos is even bigger because you would have had the Fate of Both Worlds for this fight at the very least to try to flip this, as a back cap was slightly attempted before they wipe out everybody was just trying to go in one by one from YWL. So now they're just have to GG go next with TLC. Now
that's a late pick, bro. That's a late pick. He's not gonna respawn until 90%. Uh-oh. They need a TP.
The entire community probably looks like Lucas Frozen Cam, by the way.
Did he get it? Did he get it?
Now going into round 2
Did he get it? Can we see the Strange POV? No, you didn't. Okay.
So one last chance here now for YWL to try and break through.
I saw the players of YWL also just trying to hover over Kendrick. Get down, Mr. President. Now the dance-off here. Eye of Agamotto is online, but they've lost out on 2, which is even bigger at the mouth of the portal that was placed up on the high ground here. You have Worldbreaker now activated from Polly. What can't Polly play? As Speedery finds
I didn't know Polly had the Hulk in the bag.
Even though Santos does find energy, they're down in numbers.
Dude, watching good Hulk players is always so fun, dude.
Invincible as he bashes your face in. TLC with a statement to answer back against YWL. With Jitward, you know it's over when he tries to roll out on the Spider-Man with desperate attempts as TLC take map number 1.
TLC were like, JK, you thought you were about to see us lose our first map.
Damn, I thought this was going in a different direction, man.
I was trying to allude to, even despite them getting a little bit dominated in that first, TLC always find a way to come back into things.
They
always have that plan B.
Production.
They're so good at adjusting.
Production, show us the stats.
That they take our first map here to take the lead against YWL. We're gonna go for a short break. But when
no short break, no short break stats.
Crazy.
Crazy. Crazy. Kinda wish we saw the stats. Sup, J. Jonah Jameson. What's up? What's up? What's up, friends? What's up? What's up? What's up? You can see the stats on the replay in the game. Yeah, I'm not going to do that, though. They're going to show the stats, I think, when they come back. There's no way they don't show the stats. No, I came late. I thought they were starting at 6. NA starts at 4, guys. NA starts at 4. Tomorrow, same thing. NA is going to start at 4. EMEA is going to start at 7 a.m., so I'll see you guys there for EMEA, too. Nice. For Lake Pacific, 4 EST chat. 4 E. When I say time zones, it's usually EST, my time zone. West Coast doesn't exist. Only East Coast. East Coast, West Coast. Everyone knows that. Jay, do you live in EU or nah? Yeah, I'm you can't hear my accent. I'm British. Yeah. I love beans on toast. And tea and biscuits. And fish and chips. You know, when I went to London, actually, they did have good food. London is actually pretty fun, pretty lit. Emily went to go get my phone. See, this is exactly what I mean. Emily says I don't need a phone because I only text my dad. Bro, first of all, I need my phone. My editor can't make TikToks because he can't sign into my TikTok because I don't have my phone because he's sending codes to my phone. Wait, I don't know what that means. Hey, J3 question. What do you think about a rescue support? How would that work? You tell me, bro. I don't know. You just came up with that term. What's a rescue support? Yeah, the only thing I can think of as a rescue support is like the priest in World of Warcraft, be it with that pull ability or Life Weaver. I don't know if I don't think Marvel Rivals should come out with a character like Life Weaver, bro. First of all, when Life Weaver got dropped, that was one of the most, I don't want to say it was an anticipated character. I mean, when Life Weaver dropped, it was like Blade in Marvel. Like no one cared. Rescue is a character. Rescue is a character? I've never heard of Rescue. That's a Marvel Rivals character. Also, I don't know if I actually want a character that has a pull ability. I feel like Marvel Rivals would like troll with that so much. Who is Rescue in Marvel? Let's see. Rescue is a superhero alias for Virginia Pepper Potts. Originally starting as Tony Stark's executive assistant, Pepper eventually becomes the CEO of Stark Industries and then Stark's wife. She's a key ally who uses a specialized defensive and flight capable suit of Iron Man armor. Okay, so she's another.
Outnumber you. Your powers are mine.
She has a suit which focuses on defensive, advanced scanning, and non-lethal intervention, rather than heavy offensive weaponry. Advanced force fields, electromagnetic manipulation, flight and superhuman stats. Oh god, we have another support character that flies. Energy protection and emergency scanning. See, the only problem with this
Welcome back, everyone, to Marvel Rivals Ignite, America's
If I was Marvel
playoffs. We
Rivals,
are amidst
my only
quite the game, but
concern
before we get
would
there,
be
remember,
how
there
do
are
we
the
make a
brand
swimsuit skin
new
of this?
skins in-game.
Can't do
Title,
it.
Rise and Fall,
We don't
the
want it.
unwavering force
Can't
that
make money
refuses
off of
to
it.
wash away. You can coast undefeated as Captain America's Seaside Sentinel,
Can't make
Loki's
money off of it.
Seaside Siren, and White Fox's Coastal Kumiho costumes. They are fantastic. We've already seen Vicky go to her final balloon to grab hers yesterday. But Vicky, it's great to see more skins added. And what I saw on social media was this was wave 1. Just
Someone
wanna
on YouTube
say,
said, make the
maybe
skin
that means there's more
transparent.
coming.
Give
the
me
suit of
more,
armor
please. It'd
transparent.
be more than I think, because I think we had a total like 10 last year. Give me more, please, because now we have 10. So it'd be great if we get more than what we have already. Yeah, it did take me, by the way, all my balloons, but I don't want to talk about that. At least I got it, but it drained me dry, literally, when it came to trying to get the different color variations of that beautiful White Fox skin. But you know what else was beautiful? That banger of a first map that we just had between TLC and Yeah We Lost. And if you dive down into all
1 second.
the micro plays that Team Liquid Citadel brought out when it came to the counter picks immediately from the end of round 1. Paulie that we saw at the very end on Hulk with 15 finals, like if that wasn't a statement after getting slapped around at the first half of round number 1 on Celestial Husk, I don't know what is, because like you even saw him trying to get the exile from a mile away. If he could snipe Kendrick in the middle of that portal, he may have missed, but it's the fact that the rest of the team was so ready to still have the number advantage and take out both of the duelists before they could even put one toe on the point.
And you pointed out a really important factor as well. At the end of round 1, when they were losing, they switched up, knowing that pretty much the round was over, but they started to build up that ult economy going into round 2 with their new heroes as well. A very intelligent play from TLC, and it's just another one of those minor details that sets them apart from everyone else in the region at the moment. But when we look at MVP, you were already talking about Polly, 29 KOs in their favor, 14k damage, but the damage block was also there. It was just the amount of space he was able to make for the rest of the team. Both holes, by the way, were incredible in that first map.
Yeah, and the fact that you were able to make those adjustments and then lead it into having the ult economy advantage leading into round number 2, once again, it's those small plays here that bring TLC above the rest. As we take a look at the stats overall, and what we saw here between Energy, he did swap over to the Strange just so that way they could try to recontest, but the fact that you were also able to swap over to the Elsa, which Zatex did the same thing because it was to deal with the Hulk, especially the stall potential from what the World Breaker brings. You don't want to see that stall happen when you have Cooper and Nero having a much better time by the end of that match and staying alive. Even just looking at the stats across,
Emily's
right?
messaging
Even
me.
when you
Let's
have
see if I
White
got
Fox
my...
and you're getting dove, you still were able to keep Cooper up. Cooper was getting very aggressive. Vez too making the adjustments necessary. But I feel like this was just a statement where you see, yeah, we lost. They opened up great. Jitward had what, or rather Luca had 12 finals, Jitward with 9, and even with the onslaught of damage that Jitward put in, which was like 22,000, the most in the entire lobby, Energy was right behind them, making those adjustments and then getting the follow-ups together with his vanguards.
I mean, yeah, we lost. Have to be careful. If they play that well against TLC again, TLC will probably try and sign up for next stage. So you have to always be aware of that. They'll have a team of about 20 by the next stage, I'm sure. But TLC, they do take the first one, and boy, did they look incredible once they were able to make those adjustments and those changes. And it's no discredit to Yeah We Lost. They put up a fantastic performance. In particular, that start, Vicky, was incredible. But again, TLC are just one of those teams that know when they need to change
Slightly
things.
off topic, any changes you would like to see in Season 9? Custom games.
They couldn't really work their way back into the game. If they can show that kind of
Custom games.
same passion from the start of a game, maybe in a quick convoy or a quick convergence, perhaps that could be a very different matter. If they can surprise TLC in a game, they can take full advantage of that and get more time on the board.
Yeah, we have to find out what our next map is looking like too, right? Because when we get into this, you highlighted something perfect, is that Yeah We Lost is a type of team that starts off really strong, but for some reason ends up snowballing down. And I'm wondering here, we were in the break here, Gaskin, is this going to be, we go from Celestial Husk, it's like I'm getting deja vu. Are we going to be moving on to America Stream sponsored by MOC? And you guys know what that means. Museum of Contemplation, and I'm hearing from production that that is exactly where we'll be moving on to. And it's a little scary, Gaskin. You were talking to me a little bit why in our break, and why don't you highlight that?
Team Liquid Citadel have not lost on Museum Contemplation throughout group stages. They are 3-0. But that being said, I will caveat it with the fact, going into yesterday's matches, we hadn't seen Yeah We Lost win on Museum of Contemplation. They were 0-3, but then they did win out in that last
I
game
can't
when
text
we
Emily.
watched it happen,
Messaging
when
Emily.
They chose Museum of Contemplation, and they looked like a completely different side. And when we actually spoke to them in the interview, they were like, Museum of Contemplation just fits our style. We just know how to play it. We know what we're doing. Sure, we might have had some bad games previously, but we've made some changes. And also with this patch, with this meta, it really does suit our play style. So I'm excited to see how they approach this one, but it is not going to be easy. Again, it's TLC. They're undefeated still, and they always find a way to break through, even if they struggle to start.
And Lucas Cam is no longer frozen, by the way. No longer on the facepalm, which may have given them the power for that first round. So, you know what? We'll see what happens as we go over to Museum. And with this pick and ban phase is looking like, I do feel like Rocket is really strong here, especially if you're trying to hold a defensive side when you have that BRB to bring everybody back into the action. Combine that together with having the fastest strategist ult and having a seal on the amount of damage that you're putting in. So, I do like the way that we had the back and forth in the pick and ban draft.
I admire your dedication to sleep free
wondering
lifestyle.
how that's
No,
gonna
I took a
continue
nap.
on
I had
from
Emily
map
take
number 2, as
over.
Gambit is the
She's
first
a
one off the
champ.
table. Again, I really like that.
It took
You
like
take
an
out the
hour
threats here
nap.
when
I
it
feel
comes to
so
having
much better.
The Rogue and Magneto from Bez. Even if you ban out the Rogue, at least you take out that team up away from him if he gets to opt for that mag. And that's the Mantis that also gets banned. So very similar already to what we were looking at before.
An instant Daredevil lock as well from Yeah We Lost. I think they have established how important it is to have Jitwood on something that he's comfortable with and something he could dominate with. There were times where Jitwood was just going off on the Daredevil, so I'm not entirely surprised they've gone down that route. Team Liquid Citadel sticking to their guns, though, with the Mantis ban, but it does mean they get rid of Mantis and they get rid of Gambit here. So that is a win overall. If you look at the meta, you'd be pretty happy to get those two bans on board. So Team Liquid Citadel are actually going to go, yes, give it to me. That's what I wanted.
Oh, yeah.
If it gets offered up to you, take Mantis. Show me what you can do with Mantis here, TLC. Show everyone watching why Mantis has been the #1 ban all playoffs.
Oh, heck no. Gotta ban out the Ultron. Don't let Speedery get away with this. Like, can you imagine? Oh, man. And they ban out the Luna Snow as a prio. I mean, I'm a little scared here. You talk about the Mantis, and we also were mentioning the summer skins before. Imagine what Ultron could look like if he gets his own summer skin out here. But as we hover over this next ban here for Yeah We Lost, I do think that's definitely a threat, especially with the verticality that when it comes to playing around those walls, especially the roof side. And it is going to be that next ban as Team Liquid Citadel do ban out the Luna Snow, probably also expecting a dive first. So you want to take away the team up that Luna gets if you do want to still opt to have the White Fox, and they end up protecting the White Fox themselves.
Yeah, which makes sense, especially when we saw how impressive White Fox was in the previous game for both teams, actually. To be honest, I know I had mentioned that Liquid Citadel had locked it for the first time, and now we get our second White Fox protect.
Ultron needs a summer skin. How do you have? How do you make Ultron have a summer skin, chat?
Elsa is going to be the target. That is also a little bit of a surprise, but also, I guess, with what we've seen so far, how good Elsa can be in the right hands. I guess not too much of a surprise if you look at who they're going up against.
Does this proc a Hulk ban then? Because then you won't have the Glarchox to really deal with having a stalling Hulk on the point like we were mentioning before, which is why that counterpick came out as they protect the Cyclops. They may not have the Mantis damage.
The ban system does not work like a normal custom game. You have bans and saves. The bans are for the other team, but the saves are for your team. So for Team Liquid, for an example, they banned Mantis. That means Yeah We Lost cannot play Mantis, and they also saved Mantis, so that means they cannot ban Mantis.
Portal to contest on a map like Museum.
I love it. I think that Strange bans, I'm surprised they
also,
don't
I don't think the Doctor Strange ban is actually a ban on Kendrick. Banning Doctor Strange is actually low-key really smart because it takes away that overtime situation where you put down a portal and come back to the point. So now it's a one-sided portal, chat, which is huge.
And also it targeting Kendrick, as you said.
That's
there was
huge.
so many times in that previous game where Kendrick was running the lobby on that Doctor Strange. So I think this is intelligent from TLC. That being said, we know that the ban didn't come through from Yeah We Lost onto Cyclops.
No, it was a ban on
so
Kendrick.
TLC do have that option to run
Sure,
Cyclops
chat.
if they would like
I mean,
to alongside
possibly
the
is,
Mantis.
but I'm just saying
At
the
moment,
more
though,
logical
they are
thing
hovering the Bucky, which
is
I think actually could be quite an interesting one to
banning
do.
for a one-sided
Bucky's very
portal.
good at displacing enemy teams. So if you're able to find a position where you can grab someone, pull them away from their strats, then suddenly you're going to be in a spot where you take a 6v5, basically.
And you're also allowing the fact that you have the Mantis, Groot, and Loki team up to get away. This is going to be scary.
Jesus.
Damage boost energy with Paulie, by the way, on Penny is going to be a masterclass as we get to see Yeah We Lost rolling out Mask on the Pride and True Thor, with Zaytex getting away with having the Cyclops already trying to take a flanking angle to call out Cooper.
Great protection from Nero, though, just to deny the free angle onto his teammate, making sure that Cooper wasn't going to get taken down. That being said, Cooper did actually get forced heavily by Mask, who we see back on the Thor, but it's going to be KOs going in favor of TLC. Even though the opening ones went in favor of Yeah We Lost, they are not able to stabilize and hold on.
You could have the Daredevil for Jitward, but when you allow the White Fox to get through, Nero is going to shine together hand in hand with Energy and Bez. Once again, having that team up combined together with the Loki and Mantis goes absolutely crazy here. And also trying to sustain more of this damage and also being able to block the heals away from Yeah We Lost as Jitward is the next victim.
This could be a painful watch for Yeah We Lost fans with how TLC are setting up with this one at the moment. It's one of those games that kind of screams unbreakable setup. It's going to have to be worked very hard by Yeah We Lost if they're going to try and break through. And sadly, they're losing in the neutral right now, which gives ult economy advantage to TLC. They're going to be the first ones to get there. Polly's just got another KO onto Mask as well. Things are going from bad to worse.
Oh no, you can't keep getting away with this on Nero. It's the White Fox v White Fox fight here over to the side while Polly finds another victim. Oh my gosh, off the salute.
God. Jitward just got
Well, you can pop off here
deleted.
with Speedery is allowing it to enable Nero while Polly's just having a field day in the front line.
Bracken and back's going to be there and available as well. Alongside the entangling roots, so it's just going to be such a difficult break from Yeah We Lost. That being said, they're able to get two, make it 3.
Oh, nice
the switch
shot.
over to Bucky has been very important here.
He was unarmed and safe, actually, because they tried to use the bread and butter and unfortunately couldn't follow up. And now instead, TLC come right back around. Sure, Santos gets the itch, Jeff, but he has nowhere to go. He moves over to the left side. He actually managed to get the health back over to the other side. Bez staying alive as you get the God of Mischief, the Kumio.
Oh my God, that
now.
survivability, chat. That's
copies
crazy.
Nero, but the Feast of the Abyss puts down the ante. He's still staying alive for as long as he can and gets the charm while he's at it. Now they go hand in hand with having to deal with Zaytix and Kendrick, and with the arm engagement, he gets a reset on Bez. And again, as he goes, Yeah We Lost finally are up in numbers and they clear up the space beyond the point.
I mean, the switch over to Bucky was massive for Yeah We Lost as well. Just being able to grapple some of those strats.
And now they have the one-sided portal, chat,
comfort
which is
zone
going to
and
be
then
really
delete
huge.
them with the rest of the team, as well as the switch over to Venom too. Yeah We Lost, they do find their breakthrough. It looked like maybe it was going to be impenetrable from TLC. There is always a way if you are Yeah We Lost. That being said, they have the portal to TLC and they're back into this fight.
Speeder, he's putting the attention too. You miss out on the stun, but now you let the devil out, and there's no exorcist to stop him because Speeder already burned out getting that sleep. Jitward gets to shine. He finds Cooper once the lamps are down. The Kumio unleashed now from Nero, but there's only 4 left for TLC. Vez very close to having that strangling prison. They want to use the wombo combo together with Energy, who will have that Kraken impact. He doesn't have it just yet. He's so close to having it, but brings them all together. It's fine. Save it for the next time because Paulie and Vez get to follow up and take out the rest of Yeah We Lost. It's so difficult to break this choke, but amazing changes that we get to see from TLC once Paulie was off of that penny and was able to portal contest right back onto the point.
It's also the quick hero changes as well to heroes that have a quicker entry speed.
You see how strong the portal is, chat?
Zaytex, he moved
They
over to
ported,
Star-Lord
they
to
ported
get
back,
there
they
a
won the
little
team
bit
fight,
faster
they're
than
still
he would be
defending
able
him
to
first.
Soldier.
Now, if
Speaking of
YWL
Winter
loses
Soldier,
this fight, that's their
removed
last
from the
fight.
lobby as
They don't
well
have a
as
TP
Kendrick
back.
as well. TLC have been able to find 2 KOs in their favor, and unless Yeah We Lost can utilize these ultimates to their favor, maybe they can't even get first point.
Now trying to get away though, trying to avoid by playing around the wall was actually so smart from Santos, and now you have the Heartbreaker from Maz.
That was a big
Unfortunately
swallow.
for the Kraken impact, it didn't get that reset. Once it's Jeff went to counter the Eye of Agamotto. Zaytex next finds Paulie, TLC down in numbers, only leaving Bez. He stayed alive for so long originally, but all for naught, as with overtime ticking away at the very last minute, Yeah We Lost get that first checkpoint.
Wow.
Checkpoint, no
Hey.
portal available, of course. It was already used. So, Yeah We Lost. They get a little bit of a reset on that time. 2 minutes.
To be
30
honest with you, you
now
can't
to head
ban
towards
Bucky,
point
chat,
two.
because
That
Energy
could
could play
definitely
so
gone
much,
wrong.
so
But
many
good
things.
job from Yeah We Lost to clutch up and utilize their ultimates in their favor. And
If you
Zappo
ban Bucky,
making
he'll
sure
just
that
probably
it's
play
just
Cyclops.
was
Cyclops is
counting.
wide open.
How many times, Vicky, have we seen
Which,
this
by the
just
way, no
not
team is
work
playing.
previously
No one
in
banned
MRI
Cyclops.
matches,
Everyone.
but now people are getting better at dodging, at dipping, and diving.
Yeah, it's even better when you have Museum of Contemplation and you have those breakable barriers that haven't been broken. Just
Or
yet. You
Energy,
get
if
away
you
with it,
ban-
literally avoid the
could play
action. While
elsewhere.
Kendrick, Kumio Unleashed has now been put back into the spawn room gates as Vez does find that Zaytex gets a little bit of retaliation, but Vez, no matter what you put him on, looks so scary with Energy, getting away with finding Luca too. Zaytex coming back will have a Kraken impact, but you're down to less than a minute and 45 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, it has just been Of a situation where both teams have been trading off fights now thanks to ult economy, and in the end that should favor TLC now as they have far more to win this engagement. And yeah, we lost, going to be a little bit behind as well. You can see there's
nice
gonna be
ult
such
by
easy KOs
Vest.
picked up here for TLC.
That was a good
And they
hook
hold
by
on to the Kraken
Zaytex,
as well.
but they couldn't finish him off,
They do,
man.
but it was also a double ult.
Damn.
I mean, unfortunate here because Cooper with the God of Mischief did copy Speedery. They did kind of move up, and Nero also
and
had
now
used
Team
that
Liquid
Kumio
Citadel.
Unleashed. Now looking on
They
the
still
other
got
side,
another
though, when you talk
support ult.
about
They used
sustain,
2 support
we do
ults
know
for
that this map is so good when it comes to Jeff. Xanthel does have the HF again, and Energy's looking behind LPO for the backline.
Strangler Prison now gone, but now here is that Kraken impact, and you do land it on the first. And now you start to try and go again and again with it as well. As Jitwood gets removed here, TLC now starting to
Oh
slam
my
home.
God.
As Energy
Oh
just
my
popping
God.
off here, makes it 4, and he looks for 5.
I just want to let you guys know I
No,
taught
we have-
Energy
you
how to
have
do that.
Study Energy. We have to study Energy. Not only did he delay to prevent
I taught him
getting
how to
hit
do
with
that.
the charm, by the way, before initially starting off the Kraken impact, he avoids the It Chef going into the air. One by one, as you hear again in your nightmares. Now you're down to less than 30 seconds of the clock for YWL to get that second checkpoint.
I would pay to watch these two teams play every single week, by the way. This has been so
True.
entertaining to start our day off. But yeah, we lost 20 seconds left to try and push this one to the second point. Speedery is going to pop the ult to begin with here just to keep them up and sustain. But yeah, we lost. Can reply with one of their own.
Now
Wait.
with Mask using the Heartbreaker, she'll take all
They're a
the
black
things
cat.
that you own, your house and the kids, with Nero finding himself dropping down. Kendrick to find Speedery, but no one's looking at Energy. Energy's getting away from that side room, and as I say that, Jitward is upset, making the swap over to the Black Cat 2 on top of it all. But the stall is happening, and overtime taking away as We Lost are looking for that second checkpoint.
Well, because they still have quite a way to go to get to this second checkpoint, TLC are going to be able to walk up onto this one and then should have the Strange Portal back for the next engagement if they need it. So this is good news for TLC. They certainly have the advantage going into point number 2 here. That being said, you look at the ult economy, Zaytex starting to build up that Kraken impact. Vesper and Cooper have got their ults back after that double ult you were talking about. Speaking of, Cooper has the chance to pop and will pop it as well.
Oh, armed and dangerous. Zaytex is going to be... Oh, he is
Oh,
absolutely taken away back into the
Vest.
spawn room gates because the bread and butter of the Strangling Prison...
And they
the
don't
Blue
have
Hug
TP.
brings them
They don't
in the
have
line of
TP
sight
to
of
come back,
Energy
chat.
As they fall like a roll of dominoes. Jitward clinging on for dear life before Energy
Wow.
makes his own highlight reel. And look at the fact that he is just sitting there. Another day at work. No reaction as TLC stop We Lost before that second checkpoint.
And in that final fight, TLC is going to have so much confidence because they know if they take down 1 or 2 players, we lost, don't have the Strange
see.
after the ban, no one's going to be re-engaging in that fight. You have the extra players, you can
But
commit.
Energy
you
is
take a little
25
bit
and
more
4 with
risk,
13
knowing
finals,
that you're
but
not
Vest
suddenly
is
gonna have a
26
portal
and 3
behind
as
you.
well with
TLC
10
restrict,
finals.
we
Ooh,
lost
Pauly
just
as well with the
1.5
8
points,
finals.
Essentially, they didn't quite get to
Not
the
too
second.
bad, chat.
That's what
Not
they're
too
gonna have to
bad.
try and
Speedery.
beat. It was a great first hold from
Speedery has
TLC, a
8,000
fantastic
damage
setup. I love
done,
the
3
composition,
finals,
then
but also
again,
5,000
they
healing.
adapted and they switched once we lost were able to break through. Curious though how now were lost try and set up here against TLC and what they have up their sleeves.
Can you, like, the fact that Energy is the raid boss is so crazy. Like, it's not crazy.
Team
nor
Liquid Citadel
surprising,
would be
but it's
losing
like,
without the 3
it's the
supports.
consistency that is crazy.
That doesn't
to
make
me.
any
I mean,
sense
you
as
match
well
that
because
together when we're talking about
YWL
matchup
ran
v
3
matchup in
supports
terms
and
of
they
duelists.
won the
It was
first
supposed
King of
to
the
be
Hill map, and then they
Zaytex
switched
versus
off. Both
Energy
teams
when
were
you
running
talk about the
2-2-2,
hit
and then Team Liquid
But
Citadel
look
won.
at the damage output that Energy's putting in. Look at the adaptation. Sure,
It's just
he can
that
roll out
YWL
here.
didn't ban
I mean,
Mantis.
the fact
Chat,
that
if
he
you
can't
didn't,
play
if you
Elsa,
don't
he can
ban
even
Mantis,
choose enough to go for the
that's
Cyclops.
your
No,
fault.
he goes for
Why
the
would you
Bucky
not
to
ban
combine that
Mantis?
together with Vez because Vez
There's
gets
a
away with
reason why
using
Mantis
Groot,
is
and the
banned
fact that TLC
24/7.
have the Mantis that got away in the pick and ban phase together with that of Cooper having those bigger lamps.
These pros definitely make sure that these team-ups are used to their full effect as well. Even if sometimes a hero is going to be very strong individually, the team-ups just provide so much extra little bit of oomph. Now, can TLC use that oomph to try and break through the setup here from we lost? They go for somewhat of an aggressive comp with both Captain America and Venom. You've also got Rocket Raccoon on the side of we lost here, so they've got the BRB.
Nero's out for blood and already being used up here. I was looking to see if they were going to swap over to either Strat Pool or Van Pool, but it doesn't even matter because Energy is clicking on their heads, collecting them like trading cards right now. And even with that one victim just trying to get away, trying to survive, we lost, are looking to regroup because TLC are making so much space.
Speaking of, the new Marvel cards in the Magic the Gathering set have been absolutely fantastic, and I'm very excited to play against Cozy because I understand he's collecting them too. Anyway, TLC are able
Wait.
to force this bus quite far
Are
off
they
that
talking
initial
about
push.
Magic the
They have won the
Gathering and
neutral, and they're going to be
playing?
ahead on Alt Economy as well. Though Jitwood is going to be the first to technically get that ultimate on the ban pool here.
Is
The
Magic the
Hammer's gonna
Gathering
come through.
actually that fun, bro? I've never played
Huge
Magic
lamp,
the
by
Gathering.
the way, here protecting 5 of the members of TLC. Paulie zooming around, gonna be able to wall run here over on the top of Zaytex's head, trying to get the follow-up as Zaytex takes out the threat that is energy. You combine that together with the Sia, even with that group wall right behind them, they're gonna be able to try to extend on this. But Paulie not letting Jitward get away before the rest of We Lost now.
I mean, apparently Magic the
Got a mission now activated.
Oh, what a ult,
Finds
but
two in
no
the process,
kills.
trying to back
Wow.
away. Zaytex, though, cannot get a follow-up, unfortunately, and bringing everybody together is going to be the God of Mission who did copy
They
originally
added a Marvel
that
pack
Mantis.
to Magic
Now
the
Xander's
Gathering?
trying to copy
Really?
the same thing, but this time, oh my goodness, with the ante from the Feast
Vest,
of the Abyss,
bro.
the
Vest killed
again
everyone
and
there.
again, as 3 of those members from We Lost stood no chance against the other side of the Kraken Impact as well as the Strangling Prison.
That's always the worst. God of Mischief was popped to bring out the...
No TP, by the way, from YWL, so they just cap it.
Absolutely.
Look how easy that is, chat. No TP in the game.
Brute and the Strangling Prison combined with the Kraken Impact, and now TLC have been able to get the first point pretty comfortably. They've got an entire extra 2 minutes over
Vest is
We
rage
Lost
hacking
to
on
push
Groot.
this
Nobody
one
sees
to
it.
the
Hey,
second
hey.
Welcome to the Rock
Vest
Paper Scissors.
has
Although
that
energy
mom
does go
buff.
down here. It's a great start, but look at this wall
I don't
that
know
they
if,
have to get
she's
through
still here,
first.
but-
You see Jitward try to jump around the other side.
He got the parent buff.
It's the Honin as well, rallying the troops though. It's gonna be
Oh,
Mass.
see?
with the Freedom Charge. Zaytex now getting enabled here and pushing TLC. Into
Vest
the
has
front
that
gates.
mom buff, bro.
With how these fights have been going so
The buff
far,
is
by
too
the way,
strong.
Back and forth in terms of trading with Alt Economy, the amount of time that TLC have available to them is just going to put them at a distinct advantage going into this now second push. Jitwood does have Let the Devil Out available to him if he'd like to use it, but perhaps just going to be a bit hesitant at the moment because teammates have gone down. 2 went down on both sides, and it looks like TLC have stabilized.
Well, the way that Nero, too, followed up with Cooper being able to find Luca right afterwards. Yeah, we lost down in numbers, but Jitward will be able to come back with letting the devil out, and they need to do so quickly, especially with Zaytex having that Glartrox next. It'd be crazy if they were able to isolate Cooper, but I'm also expecting Paulie, together with Vez, to go in for another follow-up on that Feast of the Abyss, too.
Apex Predator going to be there for Zaytex, so this is going to be an important ult to use, but when you get caught out by a Bucky, you can't even use your Buddy.
Energy
Now
read
Jitward will have
him
to
like
let
a
the devil
book.
out just to try and keep them in this one.
Unfortunately, the Apex Predator doesn't even get to see the light of day. Paulie now finding Jitward next, not letting the devil out, and instead putting him right back where it belongs here. Cooper then finding Luca, but time and time again, TLC, they're in the driver's seat for each and every one of these fights.
And again, yeah, we lost. Do not
And
have
Vest
Doctor
has
Strange
ult
and not
again,
gonna be
bro.
able
If
to
Vest gets a
re-engage with
fat
the
ult
portal, so
here,
even if they get here on time, which
I think it's
they
GG's.
should, they are going to struggle if they lose one more engagement. It all comes down to this final fight, really, for Yeah We Lost. They have to win this one and then hold.
At least they are able to find 3. I like
maybe
the
they
quick
were just
adjustment.
baiting
They had
out
to get off the
ults.
Loki. They had no other choice. When Energy's just getting free resets off the Kraken Impact. Now Jitward finds Cooper following up. And TLC, back to the drawing board. They still have a good amount of time here. You got 2 minutes, less than 15 seconds. And I love how you pointed it out, Gaskin. The big difference is they at least have a portal play to go in for those last-minute fights.
You guys say
2 minutes
Magic the
left,
Gathering is
still plenty of
expensive.
time
How
as well. If you look at what
expensive
Yeah We
is a
Lost
pack
were able
of
to do with their
cards,
2 minutes,
chat?
and then look at the ults that are going to be there. Strangling Prison does come out, and you will see Polly also popping. But
Oh,
it's
energy! Well, there you go,
advantage
Chad.
of
Energy
it.
just got 4 kills with Vest and Polly.
Disgusting! Again! Hit
And
it
now
with
they
the
have to-
Penta, get
no
the
TP,
follow-up.
chat,
That's what
no
we were
TP.
expecting. They did it on the first point, they do it on the second, and victory is in sight. But the stall comes in as a Kraken Impact could easily go for another reset here. Beast of the Abyss as Matt stays alive with a Freedom Charge just so that way he doesn't get resetted on. And Energy gets the kidnap. 911, but Jitward
$8
rolls out
a
on
pack,
Spider-Man. It works out.
$150 for a
Luka
box.
coming through to keep the dream alive for Yeah We Lost.
Wow, Yeah We Lost do so well to stay alive, and again, Jitwood with the
And
quick
Yeah
switch
We
over,
Lost came
making
back
sure
and
that
held that.
Spider-Man is
Wow.
on the cards,
And
so you
we
can just
see
swing on
a
and re-engage.
Spider-Man.
1 minute and 15
Uh-oh,
now. In
chat,
terms
we
of
got a
ults,
Spider-Man.
TLC used a lot in that previous fight. We go into the neutral, but as I say that, Cooper's just got God of Mischief. Speedery also gets up as well. So TLC will have the advantage going into this next fight.
Will they be able to stagger through this unless Jit work? You get a little cheeky kidnap here. Ayúdame, the Groot putting down the walls and then the teleport being procced. Energy has had enough. After they see the swap up off of the Loki, you won't get those easy resets even if you're forced out to use 3 ults to do so. Vez brings Zaytex together, and with the Cyclops out, trying to max out together with Jit work trying to
Vez
get
got
away.
2 kills.
Now you rally everybody together with the God of Mischief, being able to get the copy of the Soul Resurgence of the Mantis, and Energy finds the head off of Luca's shoulders.
Finds it off the shoulders, and it should be as easy as 1, 2, 3 from this point. But yeah, we lost ascending everything. Sadly, I don't think it is going to be enough at this
I think
point.
that's GG's.
Because TLC are already there. They're already hammering this one home. Luca's going to give a last-ditch effort on Venom. Does get the armor on. It's a small delay. And they are just throwing themselves at this one, Vicky. But sadly, could not get it through. As TLC will take map number 2.
And yeah,
how long did they have? They only had 15 seconds. YWL had a really good defense, bro.
TLC
with no portal, no Doctor
Doctor
Strange, they did really well. Hold up, I gotta go pee, bro.
Yes,
that was a really good hold, bro.
To enable Energy, who is the raid boss in this lobby. But that's what happens when you get the team up of Groot, Mantis, and Loki.
I think you also have to give credit to TLC and their coaching staff behind the scenes of these players, because in those lock-in bans, TLC always seem to be on top. Can they do it again going into map 3? We'll find out, of course. We're going to go for a quick break, but when we come back, perhaps we'll have the conclusion of this series, or will Yeah We Lost be able to get back into it? We'll find out after this.
쓰러지지만 끝까지 일어나야 해. 어딜 가든지 극복해. 힘은 너에게 있는 걸. 소리 높여 노래를 불러. 작은 걱정 따윈 던지고 최선을 다해 작품을 쳐봐. 한도 믿어 내때까지 아름다운 꿈을 밝혀봐. 우리에게 달려서 세계 운명. 눈이 부신 모든 순간들 지켜내야 해. 내가 좋아지려면 꿈꿨던 너와 나 그래 그래서 네 운명에 The fate of it both the worst is in our hands. 작은 걱정 따윈 던지고 최선을 다해 작품을 쳐봐. 한도 믿어 내때까지 아름다운 꿈을 밝혀봐. 우리에게 달려서 그 세계 운명. 어둠 있다 날 때까지.
Oh. Chat, I have some good news and I got some bad news. I got my no, not new phone. I got my phone back, but I don't have any of my stuff on it. Damn, dude. Also, I can't sign into my Apple account. Sign into your Apple account. I can't sign into my Apple account. Wait, does it work with my... No, it doesn't work with my Apple Watch. Oh, man. No, I don't... I can't... I have to wait till tomorrow till my Apple account gets unlocked. Ay, 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 ay. No, I restarted my Apple stuff. That's your, let's see, iCloud. Well, this sucks. God damn it. Ay, 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 ay. I came in. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Help, it's 103 outside. Good luck, man. Thanks for these watch parties. Wouldn't have watched this otherwise, but it's so much fun with you in chat. Hey, WWW. Appreciate it, my friend. Locked again. Let's see what time I think comes out. You will be able to receive a text or a phone call at this number when your account is ready to recover on July 4th at 4 p.m.
Playoffs here in Americas, and it is
God.
currently 2-0 to Team Liquid Citadel. Even though, yeah, we lost, have been putting up quite a fight. Again, it just shows the dominance and how impressive Team Liquid Citadel have been so far, Vicky. It doesn't matter where you take them. They seem to always have a strategy in place.
Yeah, and then the flexibility. Remember when we were talking about what do you ban out against this team, Gaskin? Well, guess what? You let the Mantis go through. Now you get the team up of Groot, Mantis, and Loki. What does that also mean? Well, guess what? Now you get Paulie to roll out, have Feast of the Abyss, gets an ante, a free Kraken Impact reset. You try to match that, and it's nearly impossible, but it's Vez who helps set up all these plays. Fact of the matter is that he also lived for so long in a lot of these engagements where we did see
CTA
TLC
Dashi, appreciate the massive
before
prime sub, my
Vez
friend.
comes back around.
How you doing? How you
keeps
doing?
the fort
Hey,
down,
MVP
and he is your MVP.
for
Look at this,
Vess's mom.
52 and 5. He blocked
52 and 5.
50k damage with 20 final hits.
A group performance that even Shib would be proud of. I am sure of it, but the amount of strangling prisons that came out at the perfect time, followed by the right click as well for the incredible damage output. Yeah, very impressive.
That is
from
crazy.
But,
hey,
like,
appreciate it, my
from
friend.
The ults, which are typically
Been a YouTube watcher for a while. Love what you do with for the community. Hey, you have made me a better player. That's what it's all about, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
The opposition. Making their sightlines so difficult.
Wait,
for some
hey
of those
Jay, check. I posted a Cloak and Dagger cheater VOD in the Discord. Please check it out. Wait, a Cloak and Dagger cheater?
You wall them off, and what can they do? They just get obliterated by the team. Very well played from TLC. They find themselves 2-0 up now, and when we look at the entire stats of the game we just had as well, you will see just how impressive the entire roster was here from TLC, Vicky.
Yeah, you look at the protect too from We Lost. For anybody tuning in late wondering, all right, well, they protected Cyclops. What happened? Don't you get the Wolverine team up? Can't you just kidnap the Groot? That happens to me all the time in my games. Well, guess what?
Nice. And
They have to
Heartstuck
deal
Platish with the
Speedy
massive
getting a
resub
sword
on
you. Mira is also
YouTube, my friend.
incredibly
Appreciate it. Massive W.
22.8k damage, still keeping up with Cooper when he puts down his lamps in terms of the healing output.
I
And
don't
if
know
you look
how
at
you notice
Speedy,
a Cloak and
it's the
Dagger
fact
cheater,
that
but if
you
they're
have
actually
damage
cheating, chat, we'll
boost
definitely check it
energy,
out.
Who swapped to Cyclops
that is
at the
impossible.
end, by the way, still damage boosted, and was able to get constant reset with the Kraken impact when he was originally on the button.
26
You also
final
damaged
hits
the
on
Polly,
energy, but
who's
what's
going
even
in for a
crazier
piece
is
of the
Vest had
abyss.
20
And this is
final
just
hits on
terrifying,
Groot.
just the fact that they could
Polly
bring
with
out
14
all
final
these
hits
different
too,
comps.
damn.
We lost. We're even trying to make some adjustments by the end. We saw Jitward flexing over, what was it? It was like over Vanpool first when they
Wait,
came out on
Cozy
the
shouted
attack,
you out
then
at the end
swapped
of the
over
stream
to
last night. Did he
Scrap Lord, and
actually?
Kendrick
Oh,
took
bro,
on
I
that
went
mantle
straight
when
to
Jitward
bed,
ended
man.
up swapping off, and then Zatex
I went
now going back over
straight to
the
bed.
Elsa, just trying to get anything
But
going,
I
whether it be with the
appreciate
Glartrox. He had
Cozy.
some life, but it was the way that Team Liquid Citadel were able to capitalize even better with their combos.
Now, the worrying thing is, it's where do you take Team Liquid Citadel here? We lost have the choice of map going into the next one. But again, they are 15-0 in stage 1.
I told Alex, our YouTube editor, about the Cloak and Dagger
that
cheater,
can
but
get
apparently
even
it's on
crazier with the amount of
console and
wins
it's
they've
also
been
on
able to
quick
put on the
play,
board.
chat.
Swamp
So
Gaming
I
really
highly
being
doubt
the
it's actually a
team that
cheater.
could
Probably
take them
someone
toe
was
to
just
toe, it felt like. So for we lost, I hope
console
they've got
aim.
something that they have been able to practice.
Heartstuck
something they've been able to do
Platish
that's a little
gifted
bit
10
different.
subs
But at the
as
moment, the
well.
lock and ban phase has
Absolutely
been
insane
one
on
for
YouTube.
TLC.
Appreciate it, my
The
friend.
Doctor Strange ban was a
Massive
very clever
W,
one
massive
for me.
W.
I think that there was a lot behind that, not just targeting Kendrick, but also eliminating that portal that was available for them. But we also got to see what happens when Mantis does get through. There is a reason why Mantis has been the #1 ban so far through both regions, and we are going to Shin Shibuya is going to be the choice here.
Yeah, I don't think
whether
a
this
console.
can
Yeah,
perhaps be
I don't- it's-
something that they can benefit
I don't think
off.
it's
We have
possible
only
to cheat
seen
on console
one map
unless you have
in
one of those
Americas
like.
on Shin Shibuya so
I think
far
if you
in
plug in
stage
a
one,
mouse
that
and
was between
keyboard, you
TSM
probably get
and
auto
Space
banned,
Station
but
here.
I'm in danger.
the
Shin
Cronus or
Shibuya
the Zonus
coming
or
into
whatever the
the
thing's
mix.
called.
I mean, Gasket, from the very beginning when we were starting
Yeah,
off our MRI
no,
season,
Zimming- I think
had some
Zimming is
thoughts when
bannable.
it came to Shin Shibuya and how
Or
difficult
Zen,
it is
there
to
you
get
go,
through the
Zen
chokes.
thing.
And we know Poly having no issue playing the Penny if they roll out on the defensive side first. It's going to be difficult. I mean, we lost right now are at risk of getting sent down to the lower bracket. We also have to note, guys, that TLC are considered the Titans of the Americas region for a reason, and these two teams have been in the same group for some time too, so it has been more of that download knowledge that TLC are bringing into the mix, even with the readjustments around the patch notes with the balance changes that 8.5 brings.
And as a reminder, if you were not here at the top of the show, if TLC do win this map and win this series, they will book their place at mid-season finals, because it will guarantee them a top 3 finish here in playoffs. And of course, the top 3 teams go to mid-season finals. So they are so close. Their foot is in the door, their elbow is in the door, down their face is pretty much in the door at this point, because they are so close they can taste it as we move into the lock-in bans here. Mantis does get removed this time from we lost. They said, okay, we wanted to see what they could do on it, and they showed us that we have to get rid of it.
That was frame 1, by the way. Like, that, you put a timer on that. They said, absolutely not. Absolutely get that Mantis out of here, man. But that's a double Gambit save. Now, as we lost Linger, with the fact that now Gambit's on the table for Team Liquid Citadel, that means you have to take care of the Rogue. But again, Bez had no issue, who's, by the way, been farming MVP and has had so many amazing performances, even from the very start as yesterday, whether it be on the Rogue, which didn't even get to see the light of day, as well as on the Magneto. And Ultron, I really do like that ban, as well as them banning
Cheating
out
sounds so
Jit
boring.
Words
I don't know how
Daredevil. This
people
is a really good
people
map
be
for
using
dive,
it
but also
because they're
especially when you get
losers.
to that first choke part. But Ultron also having that verticality to play by the roofs.
Jitwood's like, oh no, I'll have to play Spider-Man, guys. They banned my Daredevil. What a shame that I play my
Oh, now they
favorite
ban
hero.
Mantis
Oh,
again.
no,
That's
God,
so
that
funny.
sounds like my rank teammate.
That's actually
anyway,
so funny.
We need one more ban from both, and we'll have to see whether we lost try and target. Oh yeah, it's going to be Elsa again. I don't hate this because we've certainly seen that the Elsa has been very strong on the side of TLC, but again, you now leave open Cyclops, you're still leaving open Winter
Would you do a
Soldier. I think
power
the
ranking of
energy
the
is very
teams in like
difficult to try and
Ignite, like
target
NBA
here.
Major
So I am
League?
somewhat surprised, but we'll have to see where their lock
Wouldn't that
comes
be the
through. Do you
predictions
try and
that you
protect
do
your Doctor
in-game
Strange?
anyways?
Yes. You
Look at the smiles, by the way. They called that. Can you imagine not having a portal to recontest on a map like this?
They
Like,
saved
absolutely
Doctor
not. I was
Strange,
wondering
bro.
when
They're
we
scared
went to
of the
break gas,
Doctor
we were
Strange
discussing
ban.
a
That
little
is
bit,
actually
and I do
so
feel like
funny.
the mind games are starting already in the pick
But
and ban
they
phase. Just in
banned
the
the
previous
Hulk.
map,
They
yes, the
banned
Hulk getting
Luca's
banned.
Hulk.
They see the ban on the Elsa. You won't have the Glar trucks to prevent the stall.
But he could just
so
play
they
Venom.
remove Luca's Hulk, but that's fine. We have seen Luca pop off on a plethora of heroes. But it was also like kind of leading into this map number 3. You saw that they banned out the Strange, and what that did here for Yeah We Lost. So it auto procs them having to protect that Doctor Strange, protect Kendrick, and also having availability to having that portal.
Yeah, Team Liquid Citadel just have one up when it comes to the lock and bans here. They've got this team sussed. They know what they need to remove from Yeah We Lost, and they also are forcing Yeah We Lost to give locks on things they typically wouldn't have to lock as well because they're worried about the bans that are going to come through. Fantastic lock and ban phase from TLC. I tip my hat to the coach as always. As for Yeah We Lost, this is their last chance then. Otherwise, they will
What?
find
Quick question.
themselves
What
in
happens if they
that
lose
lower
connection
bracket,
mid-game?
which
Does
still
the whole
gives them a
round get
chance of
replayed?
running
No,
all
they
the way
pause
to
the game,
mid-season
chat.
finals and getting to top 3, but it is of course a
Do you know how
longer
broken
route
it
than
would be? People would
just
people
winning
would
this one, but it
fake
is a long way to
disconnecting
go,
if they're
even
losing a
just in this
game and they
series
just
if
pull
they-
their internet and I
Have to
disconnected.
emphasize,
Reset.
too, keep bringing up TLC and Coach Gator, man.
You know how
having
many
the
people would
experience
abuse
he
that?
has, always on the ball with the way that TLC has been able to adapt. And with a LAN tournament spot and a top 3 finish on the line, TLC sitting at match point in what could possibly be our final
Okay,
map
let's see this,
in our
let's see
first
this.
series. Mask will also rolling out on the Thor immediately, and TLC Speedery does get away with that daredevil with Yeah We Lost not being able to match that.
They try and take
Penny
us to
mines.
somewhere a little bit different. They try and take TLC to something a little bit more unfamiliar. That perhaps they won't have the same kind of structure. That being said, it's
A
opened up
Thor.
yet another penny chance.
Are
for
we
Volley
actually
here, as
witnessing
TLC
a
looks to
Thor
try and
right
just
now?
hold off
Okay.
This first point and maybe deny them even getting a touch on it.
Oh my god, look at Santos. Ayúdame! He has to back away. Look how far he is from his team. He really has no other choice. He gets the freeze. He already used up the charm. It's both on cooldown while energy finds Luca. Vez gonna be able to reposition himself, call out what is the action happening way behind the point here as they try to mark down where Mask is. But after finding Kendrick, they know it's gonna be a forced reset for Yeah We Lost.
This looks so
I need all these
messy.
pros to stop being so good with Angela, by the way, because now we know we're going to see and be plagued by it in ranked. But boy, do they make her look incredible, and especially with the changes that have happened. I don't blame them as Polly gets the opener onto Xantho, and the rest of the team comes steaming on in, but Mask does get a reply.
He doesn't have to give him whiplash like this, man. Vez on the Angela, it doesn't even matter. He doesn't
Dude,
even
I think
need the bad
Angela,
team up at this point. It's the
when she
repositioning
swings her
opportunity that
axes
this map brings.
and she's on the ground,
rounding
they
Vez,
don't do
though.
any
Some
damage.
backup is needed here as energy does find Kendrick at the very least, but Mask putting down the focus onto
I think
the Angela. Vez
I think
being able to get
Angela
down
is
to
like
the
better
action
when
very
she's flying,
quickly.
obviously,
But
and
look at the way that
smacking
TLC
people.
are
But when
playing
she's on the floor
outside
smacking
of the
people,
point
it doesn't
before
look
they
like she does
re-engage.
any damage.
I do love watching Mask on Thor as well. He's
It's
just
so
different
good.
gravy when he comes to how he manipulates the map in his favor, but does get frozen a little bit. Just able to get away and back to his strategist. Very important for the reposition here, as Yeah We Lost have to try and break through again.
Gravy with a side of biscuits, too. It's a chef's kiss here. Santos so calling out. Daredevil dive here from Speedery. And it's scary. You come in with the teleport slightly too late as Kendrick is the last strategist alive. Speedery does find J3 next. And TLC won't really have to utilize these ultimates. Cooper
Oh,
does have
2%, 2%. There you go.
He uses it all the way at the very end, trying to save Nero here. He's very needed as Yeah We Lost at least get that first checkpoint. But TLC are going to be able to re-engage as the rivets sing through, forcing Matt to back away.
You know, it's funny, we actually were talking about different gravies as well. That's what makes that comment even better.
Wow, what a
By the
hold,
way,
bro.
at TLC's
They only got
hold
one
economy,
tick from
they
all
got
of that,
5
bro.
6. They've got all they could possibly want. Yeah, we lost the
Jesus.
force back. Yeah, we lost tried to even push ahead of the point to try and take out some of those strategists, but great cover from TLC to make sure that everyone stayed up as best as they could. Nero's going to be the first to pop the Raging Royal Flush.
Oh,
by the
that's a
way,
pretty
as they
cool
re-engage
teleport.
it again.
Wow.
Yeah, we lost trying
That's
to
a
go
really cool
behind
teleport,
TLC
chat.
here.
Took the whole back.
Like the little
flank.
rollout here, thanks to Jitward putting down the TP through the wall to allow the rest of his team to reposition. Calling card though, a huge anti onto 2 of the members, causing Kendrick to drop down. Mask may equally face him though in the spawn room gates. He actually managed to stay alive. He gets a health pack while he's at it. And Jitward putting in the pressure as the calling card is over. Heaven's Retribution follows up, and Speedery finds Santos, and Jitward is the next as TLC still up in numbers. And Vest, once again, our previous game MVP continues to shine on another Vanguard.
50 seconds left for Yeah We Lost as well. They will have the potential for... They won't have a potential for a portal, excuse me, because they just used it. So this is probably going to be their last
we have the
real
Spider-Man again. We have
genuine
the Spider-Man
push.
again.
As Jitwood now does move over to the familiar, tried and tested Spider-Man. Can he make the difference here and potentially catch one of these strategists off guard? But
Oh
again,
my,
Holly's
no
able
way.
to find two with some mines. So it does mean Yeah We Lost
2
have to fall
kills
back
with the
and replan
mines?
with now only 25 seconds left.
Ooh,
You know they're
fuming. I felt
tilted,
that in
chat.
my
You know they're
soul
tilted,
here as
bro.
Pauly's having a grand time. Vez being the next thorn on the side of Yeah We Lost, down to less than 15 seconds on the clock, and they've only gotten that one checkpoint here on that first point, and now you have Speedery letting the devil out.
Oh,
you have no,
no,
holy
bro.
water
This
to
is
send them
disrespectful,
back
man.
because energy is here to
They're
find
spawn
the next
camping
two,
him,
and
chat.
Yeah We
They're
Lost
spawn
on desperate
camping him,
measures,
bro.
just so that way they can force us into overtime. But at least with a little back cap here, Luca keeps the dream alive temporarily. He does pop the armor, but he doesn't get the piece of the abyss as he got it at the very end as Jitward 1 pixel away before he was inevitably going to fall too.
0.
TLC said Shin Shibuya, huh? Well, we'll show you what we've got cooking for Shin Shibuya as they put the first round on the board. Well, sorry, they deny any points from the side of Yeah We Lost, and now all we need to see from TLC is getting 2 ticks on this first point, and they will be the winners. Before this one, by the way, the fastest win we'd seen from TLC was 6
Damn,
minutes
bro,
and
that's
42
crazy,
seconds.
man.
Perhaps we
I
can
don't
break
understand
that
the
record
strange
here
ban.
if they
I
are
mean, the
able to win
save.
this first engagement.
But yeah, that is crazy,
Treating
man.
them like the Shibuya crossing with the way that they're going to
I mean,
be able to have
I
Vez open
understand
up
that
the
like
gates
Kendrick
and
is
then
a
just
really
lets
good
everybody
strange
shine.
player,
I mean,
and like
actually, this is such a good example for
But
everybody
still,
at
bro,
home
that
trying to
fucking
make sure
sucks.
that you are studying not only the positioning of your team, but how you could create this space and opportunities for the rest of your team, especially your duelists. Look at the way that Vez is playing on this Angela. He does it with every other Vanguard, but specifically the way that Pauly is set up grounded. He's got those mines. We saw a double KO, by the way, from Pauly by the very end. Then you see the desperate attempts on rolling out on the Spider-Man and even different rollouts from Yeah We Lost, and it was constantly shut down because TLC have no issue backing away Gaskin before re-engaging when everybody's grouped up together and they have the enemy advantage.
Not looking good for Yeah We Lost. I think we all know that at this point, but perhaps they've got something up their sleeves on their defensive side, but this has to be genuinely perfect.
Are both
We can't
teams
do more
NA?
than a
Yes,
point
chat.
on the
This is
side
we're
of
watching
TLC.
NA right now.
But I love what you said about Veswa. You said he was a thorn in the side. He is literally a spear through their guts at this point. Veswa dominating this game, and he's just looking for his next victim.
It's like, get me off this ride, please, especially when you get kidnapped. The Speedery, nice little cheeky roller off the top of the roof before sliding down like he's at the water park. Backing away, though, needs some help. But the split attention, the walls of the building stopping him from being able to get safely to the rest of his team. Jitward not letting him get away, but it was all for
This whole
naught
tournament's
when
$3
you have
million
three
split
of your
into
teammates
a
gone
few
from the
stages,
table,
chat.
and Gaz now harassing your gambit.
This stage is 200,000, and if you qualify for the top 3, then you like play for 500,000.
Before it ticks over, and there you
And then the
see
grand
it.
finals
They
is
do
100
manage to
is
get
1
there and
million.
get the stop, but now can you actually win this engagement, especially now with Kendrick going down?
Dude, Amber Alert, Vez is the perpetrator
Stage
here.
1 was,
as he
what,
keeps taking out
200,000.
No BRB, great call
Playoffs
from
are going to be
NRG.
500,000.
And TLC
Another
are in the
stage
driver's
for
seat. They are
200,000,
looking
and
to
then the
take
grand
entire
finals for
series
$1 million.
in a
And I don't know, all of it's like
beautiful,
$3 million.
3-0 fashion after taking the final map.
Damn,
clock.
that was a
think that was a
pretty
faster game. I think
quick
that was about
game,
5
chat.
minutes or
Pretty
so. That
quick
might be the
game.
fastest map we have seen from TLC so far this stage. They dominate in, well, just excellent fashion, really. There was no chance for Yeah We Lost in that matchup. It didn't matter if it was the defensive side or the offensive. It was domination from the